What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. All right, due to popular demand, I'm going to start covering some Huntsville. I used to watch Huntsville a lot when it first came out. I I don't know. It seemed a bit dysfunctional to black families, so I kind of skewed away from it from a little bit. But I understand it's still very popular, so I decided, somebody asked me for it, so I decided, okay, let's go back into Huntsville. Now, full disclosure, I haven't watched any of the previous episodes of this season. Okay, so this is going to be the first episode I watch of this. I have a pretty busy schedule, so trying to get all of these shows in is very, I got like 2-3 jobs. Okay, so my schedule is very tight, but I'm gonna try to get Huntsville in, and I'm going to try and do some reviews based on that. So without further ado, let's just go in.
Come back, because right now we're just saying, hey, this is the initiative we're going to do, and kind of just assembling the coalition of the willing.
That kind of looks like it's just your event.
Like if it's your event, I don't think we have to have.
Well, I'm not taking ownership of it.
From here, you have as little or as much involvement as you want.
So it was right. So it was right for you to go to my wife.
Myself.
Next time something happens, I'm gonna go to your wife. How about that?
Hey, you're not going to go to my wife. You know
So
that.
don't go to my wife.
I was right.
You had a point,
I was
but
right.
were you right?
I was right.
Number one, she's pregnant. Number two, that's a female. Y'all two grown men. What's wrong?
Right here.
Right here.
Then when I open my eyes, I just see stars.
We keep it moving all day, all night. Yeah. Ain't no stopping us. Yeah.
The contractions I was fine, and I just felt like I was like exhausted, so I sat down. And then when I opened my eyes, I just see stars.
You need some cold? Can you get us some water? Can you get us some water?
So you didn't like y'all talking?
So I'm one of those people in situations like that are high energy. I like to just take charge. So when I saw Tiffany, not doing the best, my first thought was, let me get her some water. Let me go grab the nurse, cause that's Kimmy. Let's solve this problem and let's just do. See, she's not feeling well.
What you feeling like, Pooh?
Like every time I open my eyes, I see stars.
Have you had any issues with your pressure or anything? Or your sugar doing your
Good question.
No? We in Maurice's car, I don't have no blood pressure cuff. I don't have nothing. Like usually in my car, I keep that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of stuff. Has that ever happened before yet?
Like started to feel exhausted. I started to feel nauseous. I feel like literally when I open my eyes, I just see like little stars.
Pressure.
Yeah,
At
that's
minimum, I think you
blood
should lay
pressure.
down on your left side.
I'm gonna be fine.
I think we need to call 911 or go to the hospital.
And it sounds like it might be your pressure, and get your pressure checked. If I could check it right now, that would make me feel better, to give you a better answer.
Does my grandfather have his?
I don't know.
It's literally just when I open my eyes. Like I feel like okay, but when I open my eyes, I literally just see stars, or like two of you. Ooh.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. So what's the hang up for like?
Yeah, they should take her to the hospital.
I'm confused. Do we have, the grown people have to get permission to call 911?
You okay, baby? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you want to sit down
You
for
do
a minute.
realize you're
I'm
pregnant.
gonna lay down right here.
Okay, yeah, why don't you
I don't want
sit?
you to lay down, but
No.
Can you sit on my left
we
side?
were trying to take her to the bedroom. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure where Tiffany's head is right now because at this very second, she can barely stand up. I'm not sure why she won't hear us when we say you need to go to the hospital now. Having a baby, by definition, is an emergency situation.
I think she runs out of choices. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can do this.
hey, don't worry, I'm just
Hello?
gonna take her. I'm gonna take her. I'm not gonna wait for her.
Okay,
That's her husband.
Sir,
He's
we driving. Molly's Chapel, we're carrying her to the car though. We're driving her.
Yo, Lindsay.
Hey, boss.
How you doing? Everything good?
Yes, sir.
Praise Road. Here to capture it?
Yes, sir. We was thinking about shooting you, man, about right here, somewhere in that area.
This is the first project that SCOTUS completing with Gino, and it's a very important occasion for me. And so I want to make sure we have a photographer here so we can capture this moment. Seeing this groundbreaking lets me realize the visions that I had long time ago for this company. It fortifies my faith in understanding that this thing is real. What we believe in is real. The plans we made are real.
Hey, they're already doing Scott Manor, Tisha's facility, and then build out next to Scope. Is that gonna slow any of this down?
Hell no.
So when are y'all gonna be done with it?
What, Tisha's build out?
Yeah.
When she tells me what she wants to do with it. I'm saying, hey, let's do this wall. I don't know. I'm like, all right, well, hey, baby girl.
Kimmy told me that she was talking about
Ooh, girl.
I know I should have worn my boots out here.
Right.
Golly.
My God, okay.
How are you?
We were just talking about you. I was talking about how good you are and how far along you're coming with the plans and how we're just kind of waiting on me to get it in gear.
He said you ain't got no plans.
You know your brother.
Who said that?
That's
You
what
know
he
your
said.
brother.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. You doing, Tisha?
Yeah, how are you?
You look nice.
Thank you.
Gino and I got off on the wrong foot because Marcel hired him and gave him my office without informing me. I need an office place to work. I don't have a place to work. So I'm like in a coffee shop, I'm at the library, I'm at home.
My understanding is your husband here was gonna go the extra mile and draw you a nice office next door.
Thank you. That was my understanding too.
Are you guys bonding right now?
But Gino has been a great addition to the team. Him and Marcel, they work well together and they bring out the best in one another. Gino is in a great position where he can focus more so on the projects in the field.
Thank you. Are you in the picture, Riz? You part of the team? You're our attorney? Because we need one.
We'll bring it under United Legal Team.
Okay.
We're united for a reason.
Mark, come on, man. Everybody in the picture.
I'm gonna get my daughter in here. This is Janae. Janae.
Hey, how you doing?
She's just not your daughter. She's a part of the team.
One.
This really means a lot to me. But I used to dream of days like this. We're building something for real. You know, something that we can all be proud of. Gino, my guy.
Yeah, it's the first step to a long journey.
Now that Gino's on board, he can take the lead on projects like
It's like we can work together as a team. You supported me, and I don't have to do these things on my own.
There we go, babe. I'm more supportive.
Right? I love having your support. Look at that.
I'm just here to help, Ike.
See?
Listen, guys, this moment really is everything. I'm sitting back here talking to Gino, and of course, Gino's my new partner. I'm thinking about, you know, Scope. I'm thinking about how Martell and I were together. We were talking about this when we were young, and it just, man, you know, me and Gino just met, but we were able to lay our pride aside, and instead of all our accomplishments, just saying, hey, man, how can we work together? I really wish that we could just kind of figure out a way to do that in a comeback group.
I think part of the issue is ego and humility.
Right.
Once money start getting in the way and
pride and agenda start getting in the way, I think that's what ruined the whole thing.
And that's what we're thinking about even with the expo.
If we get sponsors, they're sponsoring their initiative. For example, like if we get, let's say, $100,000 in sponsorship, right? And afterwards, we raise that capital, and now you want to do something for North Huntsville, or you want to do a similar endeavor, then we can contribute to that endeavor. But we're not paying people to speak for this right here. It's really about pushing this thing forward.
Yeah, because it's not about the money for us. I feel like this right here is something that we're gonna do to give back to the community and the people that has supported us over the past years. It's not about trying to make money off of this.
We're asking you guys to pay. We're asking you guys to pay your time to the community.
Well, I mean, we're about to have this meeting, so we'll see, you know, how everything goes. I definitely want everyone to express their feelings, and I really would like it if we can all end on a good note and really join forces together and be a movement.
I just want to know who's in and who's out.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
This is my first time dealing with a custody thing, so I was like, why does it phone records? Like, I felt like that was invasive. And then also even anyone that I've met up with since the divorce in a romantic way.
Heard it was that black. Betty Crocker, always trying to mix some up. Trying to be in the mix for no reason.
I can't say that anybody at this table has offered to sponsor a Mimosas with Melly. I've had it for 3-4 years.
It's not fair for you to say, well, I've had the Mel with Mimosas and you guys didn't sponsor. I even tried to help support your skincare line and I got escorted out.
We're talking about sponsorship.
Hey, Mel.
Hey.
How are you?
Wonderful. How are you
Good to see
doing?
you.
Good to see you as well.
Have a seat.
Since this whole messy divorce, to be honest. And now he's stepping in and helping me with this prolonged custody case. He's really trying to get everything resolved. So really, you know, my kids and I, we can just move on with some normalcy without all of the extra. But I have no doubt that Kayla will take care of it and get it all handled.
How have you been?
I've been great, and I appreciate you too, taking some time to
of course.
chat with me.
Of course.
So I know that we talked about my name change. So that's a big thing, a decision I made, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that I want to change my name from Holt, like remove Holt. When it comes to my businesses and branding, right? I've already started moving Holt out of that piece of it anyway. I just do Melody Cherie. I want to go back to success.
With a D,
With
right?
a D.
That's right.
So where are we with that? And how long does it take and all that good stuff?
And I'm glad you mentioned, you know, it is kind of a tough decision. There's not really anybody that can object to you getting your name changed. One of the things I think that is that's going to hold you back is there is a requirement that you cannot be a party in any active court case in any jurisdiction in the United States or the world. So we're involved in a court case with Martell. So.
Child, so you mean to tell me Martell tried to control me when I was having his last name and he's still trying to control me when I'm trying to change the last name? Now this right here,
Fortunately.
I know I was surprised even some of the things in that case, you know, being asked. I mean, I didn't, you know, this is my first time dealing with a custody thing. So I was like, why does it phone records? Like, I felt like that was invasive. Why is your attorney asking for my phone records? I understand a little bit, I guess, bank statements because you want to prove that the person is able to take care of the children.
You know, we objected to a decent amount of stuff.
Yeah, because one of the questions they wanted to know that
your
he had his attorney ask.
My
Passwords to my social media.
Never had a judge once force my client to turn over their password to their Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything.
And then also even anyone that I've met up with since the divorce.
In Martell.
You know, I know you've had to send him a letter and stuff in the past for him popping up at the house and all the excessive calls and all of that. That part has calmed down.
Okay, well that's...
So that makes me very happy.
That's good.
I guess, unfortunately, we'll have to wait until the case is over.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me say this. Again, I have not seen the past 10 episodes of Huntsville. Very busy schedule. Three careers going on at the same time. Time is limited for me. However, I'm making time for this Huntsville. divorce can be very messy, y'all. I think the reason why Huntsville is popular is because it gets to show black people married, and even though Ready to Love, it's dating and stuff, but they don't never, I want to say they don't never, but they rarely, if ever, get to the marriage stage. That's why I think Huntsville is probably a little bit more popular, because it shows, black, families not only married, but full of drama. And it also shows them being very successful and having lots of money and career success. When people come together, it shows what they can do, socially, financially, for the community, for themselves, for their family. But the dark side of Huntsville is that it shows also the downside of marriages, which is sometimes infidelity, sometimes, lies, cheating, scandal, what do they call that? Well, it just shows all of those things. And, like I said, I used to follow them a lot more back then. I used to like Melanie, but now I look at Melanie as, I don't know, maybe it's something triggering something in my past with my ex-wife when I see Melanie, because I see a lot of my ex-wife in Melanie. I mean, we were, for all intents and purposes, a bit of a minor power couple, and we were, making our rounds and doing our things. We didn't want for anything. We stayed in the best parts of the city that we stayed at. But social media happened, and the world got smaller because social media and the popularity started to go to my ex head, and I seen a little bit of that in Melanie, and it just, maybe that's why it kind of turned me off, because I was like, I don't want to relive this shit. Okay, I don't want to relive this experience. And that's what I was finding with Huntsville, is I was probably reliving some of that stuff. I mean, everything from infidelity to the lies, the cheating, the side chicks, the side dudes, the side whatever. And it was just like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can stand any more of this. But I'm putting my personal situation to the side, personal feelings to the side. I don't think that it's right for the judge to ask her for passwords to her social media, but it probably is relevant in this divorce, because I will have to say probably Martell, not Martell, but her husband got a pretty good lawyer. If he got the judge to ask her for passwords and all that stuff, he probably got a pretty good lawyer. I'm sure her lawyer, this guy here, Caleb, is a good lawyer too, but that's unprecedented for a judge to ask the wife for passwords of this, that, and the third. Her wanting to change her name, I can kind of get that. Her whole brand is Holt though, so she want to try to brand herself under her own maiden name. Yeah, I get that. But ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm sure he don't want her to have his last name either. You know what? You gonna do something else? Give me my name back. That's something I asked for. I said, give me my name back. She still hasn't changed her last name. But anyway, I digress. Huntsville is a bit of it's a crazy situation. It shows probably all the best and the worst sides of relationships and marriage, especially in the Black community. But you know, it is what it is, and it's something that people find entertaining. They kill me with this whole, you know, what do they call it? The re-up group, or the I forgot the name of it, but they've been trying to redo this group for years, it seemed like to me. I remember when I was first watching them, and they was trying to start this group up, and it's like, when are y'all gonna ever come to an agreement and get that group back going? Because it's been years y'all been talking about this, and I haven't seen it really come to fruition, even, you know, 6 seasons later. But anyway, let's go back in.
Find me in the hills doing bigger things. Platinum plaque shining on my diamond rings.
What's up?
My man.
How you guys doing?
Good to see you, brother. How you doing, man?
Happy you guys made it in safely.
Hey, well,
Hey,
take
how
your
are
time.
you? I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia. I don't let the suits wear me, I wear the suits. I'm very passionate about the clothes that I put on my body, and I feel that, I mean, if anybody can create something, it would definitely be the person who really knows what he's wearing and what he's doing. I feel that I'm that person. Welcome to Huntsville.
Thank you.
So look, you in the gym. You worked out this morning?
Man, I did it, man. I need to get back in there. I
Really?
didn't hit the gym in about a couple weeks, man.
Really? You fall off like that every now and then, just take a little break?
Yeah, that time. And
I get it.
Me and Desi don't want to kill myself, you know?
That's my problem.
Yeah.
I'm always on the road.
Thank you for coming.
No, man.
Yeah, I
good to be
appreciate
here,
that.
bro.
Thank you, guys.
What's your motivation in doing this?
You know, I always love to dress, always love to look good, and I feel that.
What's up, guys? And my ambition never had feelings. Move out the way, about to put the prime time on it. Move out the way, about to put the prime time on it. Move out the way, about to put the prime time on it.
And my thing was, it's like, I wanted to come to you for your expertise and just see the routes that I could take. And then
Right.
also just see if you can just help me through this whole process.
Right. I specialize in attire for men. People know me for weddings.
Yeah. Right.
Because that was my way of getting into the fashion business in a space that no one else was really operating in. Women would always have nice things for weddings. Men, you know, show up with rental clothes, you know?
Yeah, and you're the king of those, so it's amazing.
That went pretty viral.
Oh, man. I think Miguel and I hooking up, I think is perfect. Because, you know, his bold style kind of matches my bold style. And I think us working together would be perfect.
If you want to make money in fashion, I think you need to try to find a lane in which you can be the owner of.
As far as your suit line, do you have an idea as far as price range?
I mean, will you tell me if it's feasible? Like around like $600-700 or something like that?
$700 will work. I think that's a good price point. At $700, you're probably in the 50% range, meaning 50% of the guys can.
It's my main focus, having great quality.
So do you like Charlotte lapels, peak lapel, notch lapels? Are you
So I
familiar
got
with
to
type
learn
of
with all
lapels?
that. Yeah. I don't like the real
The
big
oversized?
lapels. I don't like the oversized lapels. Yeah.
So these are things you can start thinking about when it relates to your brand.
What I feel would help you stand out from what's already out there is doing a line of double-breasted suits.
Okay.
You know, double-breasted give you a sense of formality that a regular suit just doesn't. When a guy has a double-breasted suit on, you just know he's going somewhere important.
I think it'll fit your brand perfectly.
Yeah.
One idea is do the suits with gold buttons.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
They could be a signature.
The gold buttons
all
make the
about
suits
business.
pop.
Oh, yeah. Presidential. Presidential.
For sure.
Right.
I love it.
It's not something I normally would do for anybody, but I really want to have my stores create some space for other black brands.
Okay.
Black designers.
So is that like a yes? So we can.
That's a yes, brother. Let's do it.
I
Let's do it.
appreciate that. This is an amazing opportunity for me to jump into this fashion industry. Because again, you know, I am a single dad of 5, and I do have to be financially stable. And I feel that this here will create generational wealth. And also, I got my wine, Inez, is doing well. It'll be in store soon. So, you know, I'm working on a few different things that's gonna set me up for success.
So you don't need it all at one time, all up front, but I'll talk to you about the schedule. I want to get some samples made up for you to look at. Once we get the samples done and you approve the samples, we can go in production. Also, we'll be doing the black tie party in DC.
Oh, yeah.
I would love for you
on the
to
harbor.
be able to come.
Yes.
Oh, I'm there.
That would be a great introduction to the
Yes.
brand, and I'll give you a segment in the fashion show. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the new Martell Holt.
Oh, man,
fashion
already.
brand.
Oh, man, because all your shows be sold out.
It's gonna be sold out. It's sold out, brother.
Yeah. I think we're gonna kill it.
Yeah, I think you would too.
I think we're gonna kill it, yeah. Look, I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to everything. All right,
brother.
All right, see you guys.
Let me say this. Martell doing a suit line for men. I think it's genius. Okay. I always thought Martell was very sharp. I would consider buying one of his suits, double-breasted, gold buttons. So the guy is very stylish, and you know, and he looking like he's partnering up with some pretty good people. So I wish him the best in this. I wish everybody the best in their endeavors, whatever they do. The ladies, the men, divorced or not, whatever the case may be. You know, and I think that this is a very good idea for Martell. You know, I'd like to see the finished product, or when they start the production on it. But you know, if anybody can pull this off, I think it's Martell, without a doubt. Let's go in.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I need to work on how I bring certain things up.
Babe, I mean, like, real talk, it does rub people the wrong way because they don't know you.
You know what I'm asking.
I don't know what you
You do know what I'm asking. Pictures that were on social media of another human who had his arm like around you, and it looked like a man's arm. You got a boo?
Tiff, are you resting? Hydrate.
I'm actually very thirsty. Thanks, babe.
Rushing Tiff to the hospital was a very serious thing for me. I was scared. It was one of those moments where I really didn't know what to do.
The doctor, of course, confirmed that I need to slow down. I probably need to have my feet up. I need to drink more water. I have an opposite problem of a lot of other moms. I have really low blood pressure. So I get really dizzy. You can start to see stars. But the good thing is the baby's okay.
The baby is okay, and Tiff's okay. What are you working on?
My last business trip.
Why are you in the bed right now?
Because last trip, I was invited to speak about diversity in clinical research in DC. I pinky promised that I'll slow down.
Yeah, you pinky promised you would, babe, but we also had a major scare, and that's why you're in the bed right now. Slowing down is a real thing for me. When you started grabbing for your right arm and you lost feeling in it, I was scared as hell. I really was. I mean, just to see you in that moment, I mean, babe, I love you. I really do. And it was hard to see you in that place. To see you having to go to the emergency room and not know what was happening. It was a scary moment. I don't want to go through that again.
Sorry that I put our family through that. For easy decisions I could have made, like drinking water or eating.
Just resting.
Yeah, let me say this, man. with women, I think they realize, but you know, when you're going through stuff and you're during the pregnancy, men feel that. Okay, men feel that too. There's a term for it. I can't think of the name of it. When they kind of, not telekinetic or anything, but it's just something that when women start to, especially if they're close to their woman, when they start to go through things, the men go through it with them. It's almost like they're bounded emotionally, almost. You know, I was in a similar situation. I keep giving y'all a part of my experience. And yeah, an ex of mine was going through this, and she was pregnant. Okay. And I felt every bit of what she was going through. Okay. One of my kids had a umbilical cord wrapped around their neck. Okay, it was an emergency situation. And, you know, it was something that was, you know, we had to, obviously, we had to have emergency surgery, but make no mistake, if the man loves the woman, he is going through I wouldn't say every bit of what the woman is going through, but I will probably say emotionally he is going through it. He just shows it a lot different than, you know, he's just showing it a lot different. He may not respond in the same way that the woman is, but, you know, that's a team thing. That's a couple thing. So, you know, ladies, you know, just know that if you got a man who loves you, he's going to be going through it emotionally too. And, you know, you got to take that into consideration. A lot of times when women go through pregnancy, they think it's really all about just what they're going through and what they feel. And I get that, you know, most of the attention is on you. But make no mistake, your men are going through it too. I just had to say that. Let's go back in.
Understand you think that you're Superwoman, babe, and you could do every freaking thing. But at some point in time, you have to rest. And like I told you, if you can't take control of it, God will do it for you. And that was a way of him getting your attention. And hopefully it doesn't take something more severe for you to understand, like, now's the time. Okay? The bottom line is, as I get ready to get on the road, and I can't be here to really monitor these things on an everyday basis and be in your ear to say, Tiff, slow down.
I pinky promised you that I would eat and drink, and that is my problem.
So drinking a lot of water allows you to still just go the way you want to go? No. Drinking a lot of water puts you in a safer place, but you also have to rest. Tiff thinks that it's okay for her to travel.
Okay, I'm talking about one trip, one weekend. It's really short. We have plenty of water, fly first class.
You mean to tell me wanting to take a trip is really going to justify the fact of you just leaving the ER? Is your speaking engagement that important?
Yes, it is. It is.
It's more important than your health?
So, I mean, we never really talked about what happened outside of the shower. How did that conversation go?
You know, Martell, he just felt, and of course Marcel was like, well, I was just there and I just heard it was at Black.
She trying to change the subject.
Again, why does that have anything to do with him? What I don't understand. Betty Crocker, always trying to mix some up. Trying to be in the mix for no reason. I can understand Martell's perspective. Marcel ain't had nothing to do with that. I told you, he just wants to be relevant. Anything that's happening, I need to be in on it. Why? Ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't give if it's at your spot or not.
But I also really think that I need to work on how I bring certain things up, and my timing for bringing certain things up.
Baby, I mean, like, real talk, it does rub people the wrong way because they don't know you.
Yeah, I mean, and just Armand is, I've tried many times to extend myself to Mel and Martell and to offer any sort of expertise or experience when it relates to a blended family. I want to know from Mel, does it even bother her that she's been around their children? And at what point is Mel gonna be open to meeting her?
Why does it matter?
Because, babe, I think it's healthy for their relationship.
That's not your place, though, babe. How many times has Mel reached out to you and asked you for advice?
Okay.
I'm just asking. How many times has she reached out and asked for co-parenting advice?
She doesn't.
Huh?
She doesn't.
So sometimes people have to be receptive. Anyways, are we clear? Don't put me in no.
I'm
Do it.
I don't have time for these stressors.
My point exactly.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I know we did talk about money, like paying you guys to be a part of it, and I've decided that we're not gonna pay anybody, not within this group.
What's up, fabulous?
I love that blue. I just want you to know that.
I did. I came prepared for today.
see. Woo.
I wanted to be a little more prepared than I was the last time. So we got the call for meeting number 2. Black Expo. Quite frankly, we haven't heard from Tisha or Marceau since the first meeting. A lot of us still have a bunch of questions. So hopefully tonight we can get more information and get down to business so we can move forward. Remember when Marceau wrote us that letter about how he wanted to be the president of the comeback group? I wrapped it up all nice so they couldn't get wrinkled up.
Oh my gosh.
Long letter explaining to us why he thought he should be the leader.
I wonder how he feels now.
So, you know.
How are you feeling about that? So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna present, be a panelist, set up a booth? Like, what are you thinking?
I still haven't fully wrapped my head around it. I really want to know from them what their thoughts are in regards to it being their project versus ours as far as us helping and doing stuff and being a part of it. Because in my heart, I really feel like a lot of that initiative that they're trying to touch on is all the same exact stuff that we've been touching on for years as the comeback group. If we are asked to participate as far as planning and execution and being there, which will be the draw of the comeback to the Black Expo.
Just being honest, so much that went on when it came to the comeback group. I think most people are just trying to steer away.
Melody, by most people was you. Everybody else wanted to still do it. And we still pay taxes. I still run them things down to the accountant. I still pay the privilege taxes every year. So if we're gonna keep it and not dissolve it, then we should use it. You see what I'm saying? I get you wanted to dissolve it and you wanted to back out. I also don't disagree that we had our share of contentious, long-ass meetings. However, when our last conversation came up and you suggested we dissolve it, nobody wanted to dissolve it. Does that not make sense?
I get what you're saying. Wait, why me and you here first?
Because me and you here first. Letitia and Marceau are notorious for being late, but it's your meeting. I think it's disrespectful to be late to a meeting that you're hosting. Come on, bruh. That radiation has finally started.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's the last piece,
that's
right?
the last leg.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh. How many weeks of radiation?
6.
6, okay.
Some days are better than others, but I guess at the end of the day, what I need is a vacation.
You should go on a vacation. Where do you want to go?
I don't know. Where were you?
Out of the country? So where would you like to go out of the
Which
country?
part out of the country? I saw arms and legs and crab legs and... You do know what I'm asking. The pictures that were on social media with apparently of another human.
Uh-huh.
Who had his arm like around you and it looked like a man's arm. You got a boo? Like you don't want to share?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I don't share everything all the
You
time.
don't, and I didn't say you had to share everything all the time.
and that's one of those
but
things.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I know, and that's one of those things, but I do feel like, you know what? Let's see, what about like St. Bart?
You just gonna scoot one this way and I'm still over.
And you know what? It'll be a great thing to do after your radiation is over.
Stop that. You can't post pictures and think we're not gonna ask questions.
No, let me just be honest. I have no problem with you asking me a question. I appreciate the love and support, and I appreciate the genuine love and support. Thank you. God is good. I can't really say when I'll be open to talking about my new relationship. I'm not really interested in putting who I'm dating and all of that in the forefront of everything else that I have going on, because I do have so many other things going on where who I'm dating and whether or not I'm dating kind of takes a back burner for me in that.
Hola. Hey,
hey, babe. Hey. What up, though?
Yeah, when you going through a divorce, it's probably best not to be posting, you know. A lot of times it don't hurt women. Don't hurt them in court. You know, everybody expects women to move on with their life. But, you know, if the man got another woman, a lot of times it's a problem. It goes into the infidelity category. But with women, not so much. People don't be tripping. There is a gender bias in divorce court towards women. Just facts. I'm just saying. Ask me how I know. Okay. So there is a gender bias in divorce courts and paternity courts and all those courts. What's good for the goose ain't always good for the gander. I'm gonna just put it that way. But I understand her trying to be discreet. She is going through a divorce. You got a judge asking for her social media passwords and stuff like that. So she got to be extra careful. Probably best not to even post them at all anyway. Like, why would you even post a guy with one arm around you? You want to be seen, but you don't want to be seen. You want it known, but you don't want it known. Like, just don't even put the picture up there, because then you get people like Kimmy asking you questions like, who is that? What's going on? And then once you find out who it is, the word spread, and then it gets into court and gets into divorce court, and then it's a big mess. So just don't even post a picture if it's that big of a deal. If you don't want to tell, don't tell at nothing. Don't tell at all. All right, let's go in.
Hey, lady, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What's up, people? How y'all doing?
Good, Marty. Marty Marr.
What's up?
You've been excited, right? That's what.
How you doing, man?
What's up, Marty?
You know, I feel that it's not gonna cause any harm for her to shake my hand, you know, and show that we can coexist in the same space without any animosity or whatnot. So I think that she getting up on the wrong foot already.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Asking you guys for your time. I associate anybody's at this table's desire to be paid for this event as greed.
Hey, y'all.
I know, right?
Hey.
What's up, T?
Really hoping this time we can just get just who's in and who's out this time.
Right,
you know?
it's like time.
So if that's on the table, let's take it off the table.
Proud last meeting, I asked everybody to email me like if you're on board, the topics you would like to discuss. I have not received an email from anybody, so I'm assuming we're gonna talk about it here.
I thought we was gonna get the email from you.
Yeah, we sent the email out to everybody. We didn't get a response from anyone, so we just wanted to see if we can just come here and talk about it again.
You didn't get a response from anybody. Okay.
I could have sworn I was like, y'all email me. I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We're not here to point fingers.
Okay.
I know we did talk about money, like paying you guys to be a part of it, and I've decided that we're not gonna pay anybody.
Did I hear this correctly? Okay, so you're not willing to pay anybody in this group for their time, but you're willing to pay other people for their time. I just don't get it. I can't wait to hear the reasoning behind all of this.
I feel like since 2018, the community has supported us tremendously. We all have different businesses and endeavors, and we're all successful at them. We make money off of the community. Anytime we put out something, they support it. Black, Chalk in the Bottle, Inez, United Legal, male different products and endeavors that she put out. And to be point blank, we're talked about in the beginning about the comeback group. I definitely want to get sponsorships. However, I feel like the money that we do raise, we should give back to the community, not put in our pockets.
Half of Tisha's dissertation just now was about the comeback group.
In regards to substantiating why she doesn't feel like it should be a money thing.
Right.
It started with when we first got together. Was we called the Black Expo when we first got together? I'm just curious.
No.
Okay, no, we was called the Comeback Group. So, and she said 2018, but she meant 2016 because we've been together longer than 20 were. It's like the whole thing hinges on the initiatives that we all set out to do. Whether you agreed with them in 2016 or not, that's what's happening at this particular juncture. You know what I'm saying? So I've always just wanted to know what the plan was gonna be. So if you're saying y'all have made a decision and that's what it is right now, and you're gonna sponsor and you're not gonna pay and you're not gonna, you know, it's gonna be the Black Expo, then you've told us what your decision is.
What's the, why would you guys not want to pay? I mean, we do have people that with large, big influence in here.
Right.
All right, just say it. Melanie said,
Yeah, nobody emailed. I asked her to send
I
me.
want my position to be clear. I don't think we should get paid. That's number one. I think that all of us should donate. I think we have a responsibility to donate.
We also talked about, since this is feeding the youth or something like that, then if we get sponsorship money, then we can contribute some of that money towards one of your individual endeavors.
In all honesty, Tisha came in and went 10 toes down on, I'm not paying nobody. That's cool, that is fine. This is, y'all came up with this idea.
Right.
I do find it interesting though, last meeting, nobody had thought about even sponsorship. Sponsorship came up because I mentioned speaking fees. Now, the idea I presented is being used to say, well, we'll get sponsors, but this is what we gonna do with it then.
We're asking you guys this event as greedy. I associate anybody's at this table's desire to be paid for this event as greed.
But babe.
Why would you say greed? Greed.
Hey guys,
Because you're making money off the people that are supporting you. I think that's greedy.
We have to put our egos to the side.
Wait. Let me say this real
I think payment's kind of ego though on this right here. A little bit,
No,
guys.
it's not, because you don't get to tell me what my philanthropy
But you don't get to tell me what you don't get to tell me what I think either.
No.
I'm okay to feel like I feel. So I feel that it's greedy, and you don't feel it's greedy, right?
But how is it greedy?
No, I feel it's greedy. Taking more.
And we gonna support your stuff. When I look at track record, I can't say that anybody at this table has offered to sponsor a Mimosas with Melly. I've had it for 3-4 years.
Going
Then we
forward,
can
Mel.
do- yeah.
Right now.
But I'm saying it's too fresh for me right now.
It is not fair for you to say, well, I've had the Mel with Mimosas and you guys didn't sponsor when you have not asked us. I even tried to help support your skincare line and I got escorted out. So that's not fair for you to say that.
But we're talking about sponsorship.
I know Mel is not sitting here with a straight face talking about track record. I tried to be supportive of her businesses in the past, and she didn't want me involved.
Hey, security. Hi.
You look very nice to meet you. Yes. Why?
Let me say this, man. Melanie can be a little high maintenance, a little bit greedy. Should she get paid for her time? You know, it's debatable, but it sounds like she's getting a lot of support from the community as it is. I mean, they've been holding her 10 toes down on everything that she comes out with. She gets a lot of support, you know, from the community. So I don't know. It's hard for me to say whether or not somebody should get paid for their time. I mean, look, I should get paid for my time, okay? But they hold a position where they have a lot of eyes and a lot of supporters looking at them and supporting them, especially Melanie. Melanie is like a let me try to say this in the most respectful possible way. Melanie is surfing. She is surfing on a victim wave of supporters. I don't know how else to say it. Like, she has a lot of supporters, and and they are carrying her, 30 feet high on this victim wave. When women see other women going through something, or divorce, or their man cheating on them, women will support that woman. Oh, girl, you got a new makeup line? Yeah, I'm gonna go buy that. Oh, you got this, you got that, you got fashion out, you trying to do your thing, you trying to pick up the pieces from what your marriage was, I'm gonna go support you. Whatever you got it coming out. And Melanie is riding that wave so nice of her victim supporters. She should be the last person talking about getting paid from this event. She should be the very last person talking about money. They're going through a divorce. So Martell and Melanie is probably like, look, I could use all the extra money I can get because I got lawyers to pay, okay? So I can kind of understand their positioning where they need extra money wherever they can find it. Everybody else seemed to be okay with it. That's just how it looks to me. Everybody else seemed to be okay with it being charitable, but ain't nobody else going through a divorce. Okay, it seemed like the people that's going through the divorce is like, look, we got lawyers. Okay, well, I understand y'all situation and this being charity, but we got lawyers to pay for. So I don't know about this whole charity thing. I can kind of understand that, but a part of me feel like she should be the last one. But now that I think about their pending divorce and the attorneys that they got to pay, I can kind of understand why they, like, what am I going to get out of this? Okay. I got business to take care of. So I can kind of understand them wanting some extra money. But anyway, let's go back in.
Don't play with me.
I'm not trying to go there with Mel right now. My goal here is to bring everybody together for this initiative. I don't care how ridiculous they're being. My purpose here is for us to just work together. We wasn't thinking like, oh, if we get this sponsorship package, then that's less money we got to spend now. No, we was thinking about with this money that's coming in, when we have small businesses that's presenting their company to us, we have money over here that we can give to them or put into their business to help them become successful. We're not paying ourselves from it.
Because we have writers
more to the community.
I'm going to honestly say I find that hard to believe.
Well, I'm telling you what I thought, because I know what's in my mind.
And
what
I'm just saying, as entrepreneurs and owners, it's hard to imagine that you would be able to know I could get money in and it's not going to help compensate for some of the money spent. I get the whole want to do the expo pro bono for the community. I don't know if I'm really feeling that they actually want to lose money in doing it, though, because at the end of the day, this is the Black Expo. And that's Black with a QU, not a CK. And that means it's all about business. And in business, you're not trying to lose money. Initiative. You slap the under new management name on it and make it sound pretty, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Well, I agree with Kimmy is that this is actually our idea. This is our idea.
Confused a little bit.
No, I'm not. Y'all just recycling our idea.
I don't care who I
This is our idea.
Next on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
It's feeling as if you're closed-minded.
Once we put something under the comeback group, everything seems dysfunctional.
You were the biggest dysfunction of the group.
Man, please. This is why we can't come back.
Man, I heard so much about this comeback group. They've been coming back for the last 5 years now, for the last 6 years. I'm mean, how long is it gonna take to come back? Because I stopped watching and they still talking about this comeback group. They were talking about this season 1 and 2. So they're killing me with this comeback group, man. I don't think it's ever gonna come back. If it ain't back by now. Also, what I think that they should do is make an announcement that proceeds will go to charity, but I don't think they should, take it all to charity. I don't think that they should take it all to charity. If they're paying and they're paying for the event, I don't think they should lose money. So just say proceeds will be donated to the community, and I think that'll be good enough. Say for instance, Melanie got a $5,000, whatever her speaking fee is. Maybe she slashed that price to, slash it in half, so she only get, $2,500 to speak at this event, and the other $2,500 will go to charity. They cover all expenses, including paying themselves a percentage, maybe 50 to 75% off on their speaking engagement price, and donate the rest of that. So they shouldn't walk away with nothing. Get paid for their time, but not the full price they're asking, their speaking price, if that makes sense. So just say, look, after all other expenses are covered, we pay ourselves back for setting up this event, getting a DJ, we pay everything out. So everything is even after that. And then with whatever is left, the profit, so to speak, everybody take a 75% discount on what you would normally get, and then we take that other 75 or 25% or whatever. Well, we take that 75% that you discounted, and we'll give it to charity. I think it could work that way. Maybe they need me in the comeback group. If they had me, they would have came back by now. Anyway, let's go in.
I had a great balance. We stayed together under one roof because we're a family. Okay? Just making sure we're very clear on that.
I hope you appreciate it because you're no longer my sister.
Wait, that's why I don't know. Why y'all can't have a conversation?
Look at me. If I have to talk to her, you probably gonna be bailing both of us out of jail.
And there you have it with Huntsville. All right. Y'all heard what I had to say about it. Let me know what y'all think about it. I really like to know. And is there something I'm missing? Put that in there. Again, I haven't seen the first 10 episodes. Is there something that I am missing, or like a nuance that you would like to bring up about these people, about the comeback group, about all the characters involved? Put that in the comments. I'd be interested to read those. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. All right, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.